Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. I hope it's Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday, November 9th. Thank you guys for coming to the Mega Agent Collective podcast. I am your host, Kaila Bailey. I'm with eXp Realty, and I am the team leader for the Bailey team. And today we're going to talk about how you can schedule and slay the rest of 2022. And really just like knock the rest of the year out of the park using the perfect week. Now, I know that time management is super hard for a lot of us, and I struggle with it a lot myself. And so we are business planning right now, and we are looking at different ways that we can schedule the week to have the highest level of success. We've been doing a lot of research on basically what's going on with the market shift and how to interact and survive a shifting market. So this is my third market shift that I've been through, and it's definitely different than all the rest, and it's a little scary for a lot of us. I know that a lot of us are kind of freaking out right now. They're like, how do I level up? What's going on? We can't get buyers to commit because of the interest rates. We're also having sellers that are just kind of really hesitant on selling their property. I know I'm giving a lot of bad news to sellers right now, just letting them know that, like, look, your house is not worth what we think we can get for it. Or the market value actually is lower than what their appraised value is. So it's kind of a struggle right now. But regardless, everything that we've researched on the shift, the market shift, sources say that it's time to double down on the basics. So I want to share with you guys our perfect week, the schedule that we have, and I'm going to share this with you guys. So if you want it, make sure that you message me in the comments. I will email it to everybody today. And I'm going to just share some business planning stuff with you. Is that okay? Awesome. So if you're driving, make sure that you save this podcast for yourself or later. Maybe come back and visit us on our Facebook page, the Mega Agent Collective, so that way you can access these resources. We may even be able to upload them into the group. So hope to knock your socks off with this one. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. All right. So the perfect week. This is based off of the Ninja sales system. This is what Ninja sales trainers preach for the perfect week. So there's kind of some stuff in here that's Ninja oriented. I'm a big fan of the Ninja sales system. It's changed my business. So basically, you want to have time for yourself first. So that's the step one of creating your perfect week is put in your appointments for yourself. So if you like to go to the gym, if you like to have a morning routine, if you like to meditate, whatever it is, I want your first time block to be like in the morning to be for yourself. So I have from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. I'm going to work out. So I have that Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. to work out. I also need to get ready for the day. So that's my next time block. So if it takes you 30 minutes, it takes you an hour to get ready. It doesn't really matter. You're going to put that time block in next. And again, that's Monday through Friday. Then you're going to write out your affirmations. So Ninja is really big about writing your affirmations 25 times, and you want to stick with the same affirmation every 30 days and change it. You can change it up every 30 days, but stick with the same affirmation for at least 30 days. So your affirmation may be, I will close 4 homes by December 31st, 2020. And so you're going to write that 25 times, and that's going to be your affirmations. And then maybe have another morning routine that you want to do after that. But typically it's time to head to the office at that point. So we're rolling in the office around 9 a.m. If you guys have kids that you have to get to school, definitely include that time block in there. The time to drop your kids off. That's also important too. So now that we've arrived at our workday, this is what we're going to do. We're going to write 2 personal notes. Okay. So there is somebody that you can express gratitude to. Maybe it was somebody that did something for you. It was a great phone call that you had. It's a listing that you're trying to get. It's a past client you're thinking of. There is somebody out there that deserves a gratitude card from you, and it's a great way to start your day. The easiest way to stick to a time block schedule is to create little systems, like little routines. So your startup system, you can label it that, like, this is what I do when I get to work, and just be like, step 1, I do this, step 2, I do that, step 2, I do that, step 3, I do that. So you're going to do some kind of routine that is consistent. So writing 2 personal notes the second you get into the office. Brian Buffini believes in it. All of the big real estate people believe in it. I believe in it. Ninja believes in it. So just do it. Okay. And then on Mondays, I try to shoot for 13 phone calls. 13 conversations if you're lead generating, and that's getting a hold of like 13 people and having a conversation about real estate. But sit in that desk until you get those 13 conversations. If you are short on time, you have appointments lined up for the afternoon, maybe you're just calling people that you know, so that way you can get those in. You're going to gather data for 2 real estate reviews. You're going to call and set a real estate review appointment. So that's calling 2 people that are homeowners and getting them put into your time schedule for the week. And then you're going to call all of your clients that are under contract on Monday. The reason why I call them on Monday is because they've been through the weekend. They probably have questions. I like to update them on Fridays as well via email. So on Monday, I'm usually telling them, these are the homes that went up for sale on Monday, or these are the homes that we looked at over the weekend. Just want to review those with you. If there are sellers, you want to let them know of any feedback for any showings that took place over the weekend. So Monday's a really, really awesome day to contact your clients. And then that way you can kind of focus on other things during the week. And then you're going to review your hot and your warm list. So every time that I'm on here, I kind of talk about my hot list. I have it on a 8.5 by 11 lined notepad paper. I change it every week. I rewrite it. I write the last update that I did with those clients, and I'm constantly talking to them. And a lot of people either have their hot list on a board, or they have their hot list in their CRM, or they have their hot list everywhere else except for in front of them on a daily basis. I highly encourage you guys, if this is the one nugget you take from this entire podcast episode, that you put your hot list on paper and you leave that with you every single day. You pull it out and you look at it. I've got mine in my note bag. I keep it on me everywhere I go. And then you're going to make appointments with those hot list people. You're going to send them properties. You're going to see if you can line them up for a showing during the week, Saturday, Sunday, it doesn't matter. You should finish this up in about an hour and a half. After that, you're going to spend the next 3 hours lead generating. That's your prospecting. That's your, you can have a theme for the week. It doesn't matter. But for the next 3 hours, your butt is in a chair and you are making phone calls. This is absolutely like the most important time right now. Everybody, if you were having success getting people making 2 hours of phone calls, it's time to double down. And it's like literally what nobody wants to hear. You need to be talking to people. You need to do 4 hours now. And I know that that's unrealistic to do on a daily basis, but I'm telling you right now that when I was a new agent and we were kind of in this similar market, I sat down and I made phone calls until I made appointments. And sometimes it took me 6 hours. Sometimes it took me 2 hours. So appointments is your number one priority right now. You need to get in front of people. You need to be able to meet people and talk to them about real estate, because there's so much misinformation out there right now. It's like, we need to be out there talking to people. I just cannot express that enough. If you don't prospect, you won't survive through this shift. That's just how it is. And I have seen new agents who joined in like 2020 and went through like the crazy upward market that we're going through that are really struggling right now, that it's actually hard because they didn't really need to prospect a whole lot. You didn't really need to do the basics. Like, the people with the skills are going to be the ones that are surviving the shift. And if you don't prospect or don't like calling people, then this is not going to be the business for you, and you will actually end up leaving because you're not going to be successful. Nobody's going to make money unless they're working. So after you do your prospecting, you're going to follow up with your tasks from prospecting. So what I mean by this is, and I'm guilty of this because I have ADD and I get distracted easily, is I'll be prospecting, having a really great conversation with somebody, and I tell them, yeah, I'm going to send you some properties. I'm going to send you a market report. I'm going to send you a buyer's guide, and I'm going to do all this stuff for you. And then I interrupt my prospecting time and immediately start delivering for that person. And I love the fact that you want to get to it right then and there. But what you're doing is you're actually taking away an hour of your lead generation time by jumping into something else when there are still phone calls to be made. So what you need to do when you're prospecting is have a notepad that you can take notes on while you're prospecting, that you can come back and reference later and do your prospecting follow-ups from. So-and-so needs a CMA. So-and-so needs a buyer's email. So-and-so needs a relocation guide. And then go in and deliver those and have that time block for yourself. So that should all be done around 2 p.m. And you'll notice that if you start your day at 9 and you're done at 2, hopefully you have appointments in the afternoon and you're not going home because you have nothing to do. This is a great time to get caught up. If you had your morning time block take a little bit longer than your afternoon time block, then you can definitely fit it in there. Maybe do more prospecting. I have really great luck reaching people between like 4 and 6 p.m. So that works out for me. You should also have a time block in the week for touring properties. If you are not on appointments, that does not mean that you shouldn't be looking at houses. You should be going out and reviewing active inventory on a weekly basis. So on Tuesdays, go through the new listings that have come to the market. Maybe you have a farm area or you have a buyer looking in a specific area, or maybe, excuse me, you just need to do some social media, right? You need to be showing that you're inside houses. And I'm guilty. I don't do that enough. But I do make it a point to go out and actually look at the inventory. So you want to be knowledgeable about what's in your market and make a list on Tuesday of some new houses that you want to see that have hit the market, and schedule appointments on Tuesday to go out and see them during the week. You can also see them after you finish up your tasks and your prospecting for the day if you don't have appointments. Again, writing 2 personal notes, prospecting. I would also schedule an appointment for a past client or an A person 2 times a week. So go into your week, I have mine on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I leave them open. So that way when I'm calling my 13 people on Monday, I can go ahead and start plugging those people in. You also want to have 2 time blocks a week, different days where you're going to do available appointments for real estate review. So that way when you're scheduling those real estate reviews, you can just plug them into your calendar. It's really great to say like, hey, I don't have any time next week, but my next available day is Wednesday or Thursday at 3 p.m. and I can make that work for you. And then you pretty much want to have time to nurture your SOI, any kind of like marketing, pop-bys, newsletters, anything like that you want to do. You want to include that in there as well. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. I know it's kind of short and sweet. There is definitely a lot that can be said about time management. More than likely going to be putting together a workshop that I'll let you guys know about. But if you want access to that perfect week schedule, just let me know. And you guys can find me on Facebook or on TikTok at Kaila Was Here. And I hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you guys soon.